Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Pigskin Addicts, back again with another video. So let's talk. Let's be candid here. Now, I try to be as fair as I can on this channel. I come on here and I will point good things out, I will point bad things out, and everything else in between, right? Ultimately, I'm a Charger fan. I want the Chargers to succeed. I want them to have, you know, as much success as they possibly can. They have a talented team, and they have the pieces to do it. Now, you know, coaching and all of this stuff comes into play, but they have the pieces on the field to do it, right? Roster 1 through 53, they have enough talent to do it. We need to come on here and I need to address the play of Kenneth Murray, right? Kenneth Murray has not been playing well. It's no secret. You know, I think a lot of Charger fans have been pointing it out. You know, when you watch the tape that comes out pretty much every week, every Tuesday, it's not hard to see that Kenneth Murray is not playing well, right? And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's something personal. I don't know if he is just not locked in, but it's been 2 years now. It's been 2 years. He didn't play well in this defense last season. You know, it got up to the point where they had to move him to the outside linebacker position because he was not making any plays at the inside linebacker position. He wasn't doing what he was supposed to do. And he just wasn't picking up the defense well. So, you know, I think now is time to, I guess you can kind of move on from him, like kind of a you know, a soft landing, I guess you can say. The Chargers, they signed Troy Reeder from the Rams during this offseason. He was one of the more underrated signings, but he has played in Staley's defense before. So he is familiar with, you know, what he has to do on defense. And he started for the Rams last year, you know, during their playoff run. So he is a guy that he has experience at the linebacker position. Obviously, he is not the physical, you know, specimen that Kenneth Murray is, but, you know, that's not really needed, right? You just need a guy who is going to be able to come up and, you know, really support in the run game. And I think that's what Kenneth Murray, that's what his weakness is as a linebacker. And that can't be a weakness as a linebacker. That has to be, you know, a strength. You know, even if it's not a strength, you can't be bad at that, because you can't play the position if you're not going to come up and support the run. That is one of the most important things when you're playing the middle linebacker position, especially in the NFL. You know, especially when you play for a defense that doesn't stop the run very well like the Chargers do. You need to come up, you need to fill gaps, and you need to be able to shed blockers. And that was one of the things that I wanted to get into, and that's one of the things that I've seen on tape, you know, pretty much all season with Kenneth Murray. You know, I made a video in the preseason, right, and I was, you know, trying to, you know, be optimistic about him and you know, hoping that he was going to have a good season and hoping that he was going to be able to, you know, pick up this defense and, you know, just go out there and ball out. But he hasn't done that so far. And from what I've seen, you know, the thing that comes up pretty much every week on the tape is that he cannot shed blocks. And this is something, you know, at the linebacker position, irrespective of whatever scheme you're running, you must shed blocks. It doesn't matter what scheme you're running. It doesn't matter if you are running the most basic scheme from, you know, a high school defense. If you're playing a linebacker position, you have to come up, you have to shed blocks, and you have to, you know, be a force in the run game. And Kenneth Murray does not do that. There were several plays just this past, you know, weekend against the Falcons where he did not get off blocks, and, you know, plays were there to be made, and he was not able to make them, right? And you juxtapose that to the guy next to him who's playing very well, Drue Tranquill. He's been, you know, I think the most consistent, you know, defensive player that the Chargers have had this season. When you compare their play to one another, you know, it's night and day. Drue Tranquill is, you know, he's blitzing, he's, you know, he's run blitzing, he's stopping the run, he's rushing the passer, you know, he's playing pretty good coverage, you know, he's doing all the things that a linebacker is expected to do, and he's doing them at a pretty high level, and he's been consistent all season long. When you look at Kenneth Murray, it's just not there. So I think the Chargers, they have to, I think, you know, Brandon Staley, you know, as much as he is a player's coach, you know, he has to make an executive move, an executive decision. And, you know, you got to go with the guys who are going to make plays, especially going down the stretch. The Chargers are 5-3 right now. The division is not, you know, out of the question. They can still compete for this division. You know, obviously they can still compete for you know, a high playoff seed if things go that way, right? You're going to need guys on the field who are going to be able to make plays. Troy Reader is a guy, he made plays. Last time we seen him play, he was making plays. He was making plays in the Super Bowl. So I think they got to just, at this point, peel the Band-Aid off. You know, it's not going to be an easy thing to do, but you're going to have to do it. You're going to have to make plays if, you know, you have a guy that is behind him who can make the plays that Kenneth Murray can't make. You know, it makes sense to go to him. You know, you're going to have to go to Troy Reader. At least give him a shot. At least give him an opportunity to make the plays that Kenneth Murray, you know, is not making. I don't want to say can't make, but he's just not making right now. So you got to go in a direction, you know, where it's going to lead to the most team success. I know you want to get Kenneth Murray right, and he is a guy, he's got all the physical tools, but right now it's just not working out. It's really, really not working out. You know, and I think the most disappointing part about this is Kenneth Murray was a first-round draft pick. He was the second first-round pick for the Chargers in 2020. They traded with the Patriots, and, you know, they traded some stuff away, some assets away to get Kenneth Murray on this team. And, you know, that move right now is not looking good. It's not looking good because it is not panning out on the field. Things are just not going well. So I think the Chargers, they have to get it right. They have to get it right for the sake of the team. I know you want to get the player right, but let's get the team right first. If Kenneth Murray, if he is going to make plays, if he is going to, you know, improve his game or whatever, you know, let him prove it to you on the practice field first. But as of right now, he's just not making those plays. I think Kenneth Murray is also he's been a liability in pass coverage as well too. I've seen several times where he's not recognizing where he should be in zone coverage. You know, there's been several times where he's left running backs unattended, or, you know, a tight end has been left, you know, wide open on his side of the field, where he shifts over to where the other zone is. So you have two guys, you know, who are playing, you know, zone coverage right next to each other, right? Which is obviously not how you play zone. Zone is, you know, being spread out. But I've seen that several times on film too. So I think, again, you're going to have to go with a guy who can make the plays. You're going to have to go with a guy who can handle those assignments. And as of right now, he's not able to do it. Now, I'm not saying to give up on the guy, but at this point right now, this is his third season. And again, you know, I want to see him shedding blocks. It doesn't matter what scheme you're playing in. It doesn't matter, you know, who your defensive coordinator is, you know, who is around you, what other players are around you. If you're a linebacker, you should be able to get up, shed blocks, and make tackles in the run game. And, you know, he's just not doing it right now, especially at a high enough level for the Chargers to have any confidence in him, especially if it comes down to a high leverage situation, a play-in game like last year in Week 18. If, you know, you need a guy to come in and make plays for one game, I don't think he's that guy right now. But again, those are just my thoughts here. Let me know your thoughts in the comments as well too. I tried to be as positive as I can with Kenneth Murray because I know this dude's a physical freak. He's a monster. He looks the part, but he's just not playing well right now. So, you know, it has to be addressed. It has to be addressed. But, you know, again, this is not a personal shot. I try to be fair. I talk about the good and the bad on this channel. So it is what it is. But, you know, hopefully they get things taken care of. Hopefully Troy Reader can come in and make some plays, you know, and hopefully he's a guy that gets some more run. I want to see him in the game a little more. You know, I know he plays special teams primarily right now, but I want to see him in the game on defense. I think he can bring some stuff to the defensive, you know, linebacker position that Kenneth Murray's not bringing right now. So hopefully we see a little more of him starting this Sunday night at San Francisco. But that's all I got for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Really appreciate it. Shout out to all my new subscribers as well. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. And don't forget to hit that like button on the way out as well, too. I will be back tomorrow with more content. Thank you guys so much. And until next time.